Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Super excited for this one. We've got some cool country hybrid picking. So basically this is pretty much the way I wish that I was taught this. I was never taught this per se, but I kind of wanted to make something, at least like a guide for y'all to get started on it and show you the easiest way to get going, create your own exercises, etc., what fingers to use, how to get started on some hybrid picking, so on and so forth. So before we get started, guys, check out our friends over at Zzounds.com. This is my guitar. I'm using my Squire vintage Vibe 50s, got it from Zzounds.com. Affiliate links down below. I've also am using my NewX Trident, where you're gonna hear the twin reverb patches. And also check out guitarschool.net. I'll put it right here, guitarschool.net. Okay, some cool little thing I'm working on for some lessons, free stuff. For a while, if you guys subscribe to the mailing list, you will get my free book, a free ebook packed with exercises. Whole lot of plug right there, guys. Anyways, let's get started on country hybrid picking. This PDF is available, guys. The link is down below. Musicians Gotta Eat. It's gonna be real cheap for y'all, but if you want to follow along, I'll include the PDF and guitar profile. So hope you guys like that. If you don't want to get that, you can just follow along in the video. Totally fine, totally up to you. Anyways, I'm gonna break this down into 5 kind of steps, if you will. 5 general guideline exercises that will help you do what you got to do here on hybrid picking, on this chicken picking-ish kind of thing. Okay, so first things first, guys. We're going to start nice and easy. We're going to start off with 1A. We're going to memorize. I want you to memorize a major scale on a string. Okay, and for the purpose of this exercise, we're going to use only 2 strings. We're going to use our first and second string. Okay, so here's our second string. We're going to start off with first, third, fifth, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. That is a C major scale. I want you to memorize this, though. I want you to memorize the pattern, not necessarily the notes. Okay, it's good to know the notes, yes, but the pattern will just make it easier. The pattern will make it accessible everywhere on your fretboard. Okay, and we'll get to that. So I want you to start with a note and then go whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step. Okay, same back down. I want you to go back down. It's not the same back down, but we're just going to reverse that. Okay, so we're going to start at 13, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step, whole step, whole step. Okay, so it's just backwards. Excellent. And so you can apply that now to our first string. So for instance, we're going to start with, just to change it up a little bit, we're going to start with open first string. So we have, that's our starting note. We got whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step. And then backwards, we start on a note, then we go backwards, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step, whole step, whole step. Very cool. So memorize those first, guys. We're going on to the second part here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add the 6th below. Okay. Now, I don't think about the 6th below as a 6th. It is a 6th because the distance intervallically speaking is a 6th. I just think of it as a 3rd, actually, because the 6th below is an E. It's a low E. And the E is there, so I think about it as 1, 2. As a 3rd, just an octave under that. That's just how my brain thinks of it. We'll probably have a lot of music theory arguments in the comment section, which is fine. You know, you could think of it as a sixth. Me personally, I just think of it as a third. an octave lower. Just how my brain registers. Might work best for you guys, might not. Anyways, what I want you to do here is now we're going to get started with the pick and middle finger. Okay, so the middle finger is going to be, I want you to plant it right next to that second string. Okay, see how mine is planted here? And we're going to start off with second finger and first. That's it. Next, we're going to slide up, and I'm going to retain with my second finger. Okay, we're always going to retain second finger. Okay, I like to keep that second finger down the whole time, and what we're doing is we're changing between the first and the third. Okay, and we're going to get to that. So we have second and first, shift up, whole step, and notice I'm still playing the notes at the top. Okay, I'm just changing the bottom notes. We're just adding these bottom notes. And then watch, I'm going to do a shift up, whole step with my second finger, add that first finger, whole step, same pattern, then 12 and 12, and 14 and 13. Okay, this might take you a while to get used to. This kind of took me a little while, so it's okay. It takes a bit. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to try it backwards now. Same thing, same notes. We're just going back towards the headstock, okay? So again, remember, keep that second finger down, and we're changing between the first and the third finger here. So we have 12, 12, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 5, 3, 3, and 2, 1. Beautiful. So I want you to practice this for a bit. I want you to get used to playing that up and down. Okay, up and down the neck. And you can also move this around. Just because we're doing it in C starting on the first fret doesn't mean you have to stay there. Okay, you can go to a different pattern. You can go to the third fret. Okay, so we'll do. Okay, it's basically same pattern, just moved up to the third fret. Okay. Anyways, I want you to practice that up and down the fretboard. We're going to try this now on the first string. So the first string, again, it's the same pattern, guys. Same pattern. Here, I just want to change it up a little bit and use an open string for this example. So we want to start off with second finger on the first fret. Okay, so it's moving back a little bit. I don't mind if you start with first. I just find it easier to start with second, to use second all along the bottom of the two strings, if that makes sense, okay? But your call. So I'm going to use second finger here. Okay, now we have 6, 5. We move up a whole step. And then we've got, what is this? 9, 9. 11, 11, and then 13, 12. Yeah. Then we're just going to go back down. Very nice. So practice that a bit. Get used to it before moving on to step 3. So here we go. Here's step 3. Congratulations for making it this far. It's cool. All right, step 3. So what we want to do here is we're going to add a flat 3 to just our normal notes that we've been playing. So I changed it up a little bit here. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with D as a root now. So that would be 3rd fret on 2nd string. So then we would have our 2nd. And it's all outlined on the PDF, guys. Okay, so if you can, check that out. Here's our 2nd. Here's our flat 3. Here's our 3, our major 3rd, and our 4th. Okay, and then I want you to come back down. Okay, it adds like a country sound to it. Okay, and so we're gonna build off of this, in the next few steps. Anyways, we're going to take this over to the first string, okay? So anything we do on the second string, you can do on the first string. They're interchangeable. I'm just giving you guys an extra example there. So A is a pretty common key I find playing in country. So we would have A, B, or our second, B flat, C, which is our flat 3, C sharp, which is our third, natural third, and then we have D as our fourth. So you would have, it already sounds country just playing that, you know, you could already kind of hear the country-ish influence, okay? So that's pretty much just for you, not necessarily to practice back and forth, but for you to get an ear for it and for you to understand, oh, okay, we're going to start incorporating that chromatic note, the flat third, within what we've been doing, okay? Now we're going to look at 3C and 3D. If you have the PDF, 3C and 3D examples. So here, basically what we're doing is we're going to add the bottom notes now to that exact thing that we just did, okay? So again, we would have 4, 3. We'd have this pattern as our first starting off. We got 5, 5. And then for our chromatic note, check this out. We're going to do the same thing, just a half step up. Then you can move that up again for our third. And then here's our fourth. And then I'm going to come back down. Same thing. Half step down. And then one more half step down. And you could resolve it, of course, by 4 and 3. You know, so these are pretty cool. So you can do stuff like already sounds a little country, right? So little by little, guys, okay? Be patient with yourselves. It takes a while. It took me a long time, okay? Anyways, and again, we can move this to the first string. So let's say I'm on the first string, 5th fret. Okay, same patterns here. We have our major kind of looking pattern, happy looking pattern, right? What we start off with, 2 and 3, or it would be 7, 7, no, same finger numbers, but we'd have 7, 7, 8, 8 for our flat 3 now, right? Our 3, which is 9, 9, and then 11, 10 for our 4, for our fourth scale degree, and then back down. 3, flat 3, 2, and 1. Cool, right? So you could already do kind of cool little things. You could go like, finishing on that note is pretty common in country. Okay, finishing somewhere there, regardless of what key you're in. You know, you just find, if I'm in this key, finishing on that note, those 2 notes, I should say, is kind of country sounding. Okay, but of course it's part of the context of the music and all. So you want to make sure you look into that. All right, and so now step 4, guys. Congratulations, 4. So you could see in both cameras here. Step 4, we've got a full scale. Okay, the full thing that we've done. We're gonna try it on the second string. So this is something I want you to practice a bit over and over. Okay, we're gonna start off with root, second, flat 3, 3, 4, just like our 1, right? It's just like our 1. Move up a whole step. There's our 5, 6, 7, and root. Then we're gonna go backwards, okay? We're gonna come back down. We're gonna start here, back down. Here's our 6. Here's our 5, 4, 3, 3, flat 3, 2, and you could resolve to 1. Beautiful, very nice. So I want you to practice that. Get a metronome, get used to that. Okay, get used to those changes and whatnot. And of course, I want you to move it to the first string as well. Okay, so we're gonna try this now on the first string. We're gonna take it to the 5th fret. Okay, A is a pretty common key, like I think I said that earlier, but A is a pretty common key in country doing all this stuff. So thought I'd include that. So we've got our 1 first note, right? of the scale. By 1, I mean first note of the scale. 1, 2, flat 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and root. Right back down. Okay, notice I did include the flat 3 there, okay? I almost forgot to. But I barely remembered. So make sure you're incorporating that now. Sounds very country, and we're going to take it up one more notch now, guys, okay? Now we're on 5. Step 5, example 5, group 5, whatever you want to call it. It all works for me. All right. So finally here, what we're going to do is we're going to actually put it in somewhat of a country context, okay? So what do I mean by that? Normally, yeah, you could play like, but normally what you would hear is something like, right? Now we're getting somewhere, right? That sounds pretty cool. Right, sounds pretty cool. And it's not too hard. So basically what we're doing is we're gonna play our low note first and then pluck that high note separately. So instead of playing them together as we were doing, right, we would pluck and middle finger at the same time. Now we're gonna go pluck and then instantly that middle finger. Okay, I'm trying to get it on both cameras as well. One little tip is if you can palm mute the bottom note, the bottom string, gives it a nice like extra percussive kind of sound. Okay, as opposed to like, here's me not palm muting. Still sounds good, but watch, if I palm mute, it just has this extra nice percussive sound to it. And so I really like it. I hear a lot of great guitar players, great country players doing stuff like that. And I think it sounds good. So, whichever one sounds best for you, try that out. We're also including an extra little fun note I put at the beginning and the end. It's this quick grace note. So basically, if you remember, our low string here is our third, right? We talked about that earlier. This is our third. So how cool does it sound if we slide into it real quick? So it'd be like a flat 3. We're incorporating that flat 3 as well in real quick in those bottom notes. So it gives it like a nice little extra country feel. So watch. See, that automatically sounds country to me. Right? You don't even have to do anything else. So now we're going to incorporate that as a whole scale. Okay, so watch. We're going to take it slow. I'm going to just demonstrate it for you. We have... Sorry. See that? And then as we come back down. Kind of cool, right? I think it sounds good. I was so used to playing both strings at the same time, I kind of messed up right now. But you kind of know what I mean, right? So you could take that, again, that exact same pattern anywhere you want. It doesn't have to be on the third fret or whatever. You can move that up to the 4th fret. Although it's not too common to play country in E flat, E flat. You would probably usually downstep your guitar to play, and then you'd play in standard E. If that makes sense, you would down tune the whole guitar, so now E flat becomes standard. Okay, that's probably what I would do if it's like that. You could go to your 5th fret, and it's the same pattern. Same pattern as I did, just up 2 frets now. Okay, we move that over to the 1st string. Again, if we're in A, I'm doing the exact same thing, just fifth fret and utilizing the first and third string as opposed to the second and fourth. So we would have, and then back down. I went a little too far down, but that was actually kind of cool. Made something up as, you know, as an accident. Hey, those are the best. Those are happy accidents, I call them, right? In the words of Bob Ross. But yeah, guys, so overall, that is what I wish I started off with as just like a base level of learning for this kind of chicken picking hybrid picking kind of stuff, this country tone. Okay, don't forget, you want to use some sort of clean sounding guitar. I love this Telecaster is like go-to, so I just got that. I do like either the bridge position or the middle position. The middle position is a little less harsh, and it's a little warmer than that bridge. The bridge gets a little too hot, too spanky for me, in my opinion. So I like that middle position. I think it's like a really nice middle ground there. But overall, guys, I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Go ahead and check out guitarschool.net. Been working real hard on it. Gonna keep working real hard on it. Bring you guys lessons and everything. If you want to book a free lesson, hit me up and I'll see you there. But anyways, have a nice day. God bless and take care. Peace.